everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's a rather special day here at Go Figure. We've had a Grail piece drop that we've been waiting for quite some time. It's the Prime 1 Studios and Blitzway Ellen Ripley from the 1986 follow-up to the movie Alien, James Cameron's Aliens. Yeah, we've been waiting on this piece for quite a while. It's finally dropped. It's finally arrived. I am exceptionally excited. I can't deny it. It's a humongous box, as you can see. The format of this review will be slightly different. Obviously, just simply down to the sheer bulk of this thing. We won't be on the table. We're in front of the details. We're going to have a quick look around this behemoth of a box. Then we'll be taking a look at the figure itself, and up close and personal with the statue itself. And then we're going to be doing a showcase at the end, just so we can get a really good look at this rather nice piece. This is the second take, the second attempt at shooting this review. We had some technical issues, and the camera decided to dump all the footage at the end of the first attempt at this review. So we're going to be missing out the unboxing section. But you can take my word for it. The Blitzway packaging and the Prime 1 Studios packaging is as it normally is. It's of the normal high quality. You've got a two-tier polystyrene system with Velcro nylon straps around it. Each of the individual pieces is wrapped in a very nice Aliens plastic bag with the logo on the front. Yeah, just high-quality packaging, as we've come to expect from Prime 1 Studios. So, yeah, we'll dive into the box, have a quick look at that, and as I say, then it'll be onto the figure itself, and then wrapping the whole thing up. Before we do that, though, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to everybody who's commented, who's liked, who's subscribed to the channel. It means an awful lot to us. Thank you. If you haven't already, please do. Please hit that bell notification icon and that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the other content that we've got coming up. And there's a lot of it. I'm not going to go into a list now. I normally do, but I'm too excited because I want to get to Ellen Ripley. So without further ado, we're going to go handheld because it's easier for me to move than it is for me to move the box. So yeah, we'll go handheld, have a quick look at the box, and then it'll be on to the statue itself. So without further ado, let's go handheld. Okay, so let's take a look at this monstrous box that Ellen Ripley comes in. Just before we do that, I'd like to give a huge shout out to William Wang for providing me with this statue. A link to his Facebook page will be in the description below, as always. If it's statues that you're after, 6-scale figures, anything of that ilk, drop him a line. I am sure he will be able to help you out. So yeah, this box is rather nice. The artwork here is pretty spectacular. It really is. These are all pictures of the actual statue itself. The colours are great. They're bold, matching that theme and tone of the film itself. You've got aliens at the bottom there. It says Ellen Ripley, and then you've obviously got the Blitzway and Prime 1 Studios logos on there. Let's have a quick look around the side of this thing. As I say, apologies for any glare that you might get on here. Lighting this enormous thing wasn't the easiest thing in the world, but yeah, this side you've got aliens again, and then you've got the credits and all the relevant warnings. Don't piss this figure off or this statue off, or it may take off and nuke the site from orbit. So that's that side. Let's have a quick look at the other side, what we got on there. Oh, and here we go. This is not the easiest thing to navigate. Yeah, but on the other side, we've got simply the Aliens logo again, and a couple more shots of the actual statue itself. Let's see if we can't swing this box round, and so we can take a look at the back of it as well. Since dumping the footage, this box is now empty, so slightly easier to manoeuvre. So we'll just pull it round, and let's have a look at what's on the back here. And it's a single image of the statue once again. Very, very nice, high gloss finish, and a repeat of the information at the bottom there as well. So that's the box. Very, very nice, very, very imposing. Some great artwork and some great shots of the statue. So without further ado, let's bring the main event out and take a look at Ellen. Okay, so here she is, the main event herself, Ellen Ripley. Out of the box, all constructed and ready to go. So let's have an up close and personal with her. It actually probably did us all a huge favour, the camera deleting the first take of this review, simply because I think probably the last thing you want to see is an old man bumbling around for 3/4 of an hour trying to construct a statue. The construction process was relatively easy and relatively straightforward. Most of the parts fitted. There weren't any issues of note, shall we say. There were a couple of I wouldn't say niggles with this statue, but things that I was already aware of. The strapping the two guns together being a tad problematic, and the backpack not staying on a shoulder. But these were things I was aware of, and they're only minor things. But let's have a close-up look at this. Let's start with that rather wonderful base. This fantastic base, and this has got some real heft to it. Before we get close to that, though, I'll just actually let's just have a quick look here at these instructions. Rather nice, full colour, 2-page instructions, and they were useful. I normally, as viewers to my channel will know, shall we say, put these to one side prior to constructing things, but this time I actually read them. So yeah, and useful they were too. So I'll put those to one side. And also, you get this certificate of authenticity, which I haven't opened as of yet, but yeah, it looks rather nice. So that comes with the statue as well. But yeah, let's start with this rather impressive base, and there is quite a lot going on here. I think Prime One Studios and Blitzway are known for their diorama bases, and this is no exception. It's pretty much all polystone. Some of it is plastic, but on the whole, it's polystone. But the paintwork there, as you can see on the piping, there's dry brushing. There's multiple paint washes there to give a weathered look. If I can get down underneath here, there are wires underneath here, exposed wires. There's the numbers on there that have been washed over to give that dirty look and to highlight them. There's this sort of yellow and black effect around the sides. Also, draped across the top of the base itself are these, for want of a better expression, alien tendrils. Now, I think they're pretty much the only plastic thing other than this grill on the actual base itself, and some of them do hang over, as you can see here, and they are quite thin and quite delicate. So if you are planning on picking up this statue, I would say be careful when you're moving the base around and when you're actually taking this thing out of the box, because it will be very easy to snap one of those off. But yeah, let's have a look at the grill on top of this this base, and very nice it is too. The paintwork is very, very good. There's lots of dry brushing in there to give it that metallic feel, as you can see. There's an acid burnt hole in the centre of it, and this is where this piece, party piece, comes in, which we'll take a look at when we do the actual the showcase for this statue. There's what I can only describe as an infinity mirror underneath here. There's a battery pack over here, three AAA batteries, and if we come over this side, let's have a look down here. There's a button here. Nicely disguised as an emergency button, which is great. You hit that once your batteries are in, and what you get is this a real depth. So I mean, it's not, it can't really be seen properly in this light. Better when we dim the lights a little bit for the showcase. But it essentially gives the effect that Ripley is stood on a level, and there are multiple levels underneath there. Also, that lights up this light here on the base as well. Which is very nice. It's got those industrial type straps on it to make it look like one of those heavy duty lamps that you find in factories and so on. So let's see if we can't get round the other side of this thing. Bear with me because I'm having to bend over for this. Let's have a look at this side as well. As I said, that's the battery case here. The quality of the paintwork, is exemplary here. There's all different colours, all metallic. There's wear and tear. There's multiple paint applications, as I've said. See if we can't get round the back as well. It's probably worth noticing as well that these handrails and the actual quality of the paintwork on these handrails is phenomenal. These are actually metal, very hefty. There's a lot of weight to this piece. But the paintwork on there is great. There's dirt, there's mud, there's muck, there's what looks like rust and burns, and even down to the soldering. bits of solder where the pipes join each other is absolutely amazing. Let's go back round to the front of this figure. Bear with me, as I say. Not the easiest thing to do here, this, simply due to the entire to the size of this piece. But yeah, let's start with Ripley herself and take a look at the sculpt on Ripley. And it's multimedia, this, so you've got a mixture of real clothing, the figure itself being polystone, and the hair, I believe, is plastic, but we'll come to that. So yeah, these boots. These are actually material, these boots, and they look very, very good indeed. Very screen accurate. There's weathering on there. We've got some writing on the front. Got Ripley's name. It's on the side. It's on the tongue at the top. The colours are excellent and screen accurate. The excellent weathering, and that continues through the other boot as well. Let's move up and take a look at the eponymous blue cargo pants. These are very, very nice. These are not sculpted. These are canvas stroke cotton, and the quality there is really, really good. There's a lot of dirty marking on there. It's been roughed up a little bit to give it that weathered look. The stitching is really, really nice. Getting that 1/6 scale stitching can sometimes be difficult when you see normal size stitching on a 1/6 or 1/4 scale statue or figure. It can really throw the whole thing off, but they've done these beautifully. There are 1/4 scale zips on there, and that weathering is just right. Not too much, not too little. Yeah. And talking of weathering, let's take a look at the t-shirt. I really do like what they've done with this t-shirt. Now, it is simply a white t-shirt, but it's been weathered just enough. Yeah, there's just enough dirty marks on it, scuffs, smudges, maybe little black bits and brown bits, just enough to make it look worn and weathered, but not too much. The arms themselves actually fasten just below the shoulder. They're magnetic, simply slot into place. The skin tone is very, very good. If you actually get close on these arms, the veining is excellent. The skin tone is very, very well painted. You can see the bone work, the vein work in those hands. There's reddening of the knuckles, and that applies to both arms. Let's take a look at the other one. Not so much visible here, simply because you're seeing the arm from the side, but yeah, there's a wristwatch on here, which is, I believe, is plastic, but that's free moving. It's not stuck to the actual statue itself. Let's have a look at these weapons. Now, we've got the pulse rifle and the flamethrower. Now, these are very, very well done. They are. The weathering on there, I'm sure the camera is picking this up. There's multiple paint applications. There's scuffs. There's scratches. There's contrasting in the underneath the rifle where it's weathered slightly more. The paintwork is great, picking out those details. As far as I can see, this is pretty much 100% screen accurate. It's even down to the readout here. The ammo readout. Would have been nice maybe to see that illuminated, but I can imagine that would have been a bit difficult with the wiring. But still, that's just me being me. Now, the flamethrower itself, both these weapons are plastic. They're all plastic. The flamethrower itself has got the same high quality of paint applications and weathering and so on. Slightly difficult to attach, as I mentioned before. You have to unhook the two weapons because they come attached to each other. Then it has to be slung over the shoulder. Then you have to attach this arm with the pulse rifle and then attach the flamethrower to the rifle itself. It's a bit finicky. It is. But it takes a little bit of finagling, but it once it's done, it looks very, very effective indeed. Worth noting as well is this bandolier, which she's got round her neck with the shells stroke grenades in it. Now, these shells are actually individually sculpted and slotted into the nylon bandolier itself. Nearly lost a few, taking it out of the box, but managed to recover them. It's nice to see that, rather than it just being one sculpted piece. Those do actually come out. And on to probably the most important thing, this head sculpt. Now, where to begin? I understand, I could be wrong, but I believe that initially when Prime 1 and Blitzway actually released the prototype shots of this head sculpt, there was some, how can I put this politely, consternation about its likeness to Sigourney Weaver, and apparently they listened and they went back to the drawing board and they came up with this. Now, I am very, very impressed with this sculpt. I really, really am. Sigourney Weaver is not the easiest person in the world to capture the likeness of. No offence intended to Ms. Weaver, but she isn't. She's got a very distinctive face, distinctive jawline, lips, eyes, and so on. But just for some reason seems to be one of those faces that's quite difficult to capture. I think Hot Toys managed it with their original Alien, Ripley from Alien, and I think Prime 1 and Blitzway managed it here. Let's get up close with this. The actual sculpt itself is really, really good. There's a glassiness to the eyes, those lips are right, those eyes are right, that jawline, that distinctive jawline is right. I think it's a phenomenal job. It really, really is. It's one of those, and I know I keep saying this in my reviews, but it most certainly is one of those pieces that really pops when you have it in front of you. The paint applications on the face are exemplary. They really are, and I'm not sure whether the camera's picking this up. I'm going to try and zoom in, whether you can see under the hairline here. There's actually droplets of sweat, like clear liquid. I don't know whether they used a clear acrylic to create drops, and those beads of sweat run down the hairline here. They're on the back of the neck, all around the hairline there, and it really just gives it that depth and that sense of realism, as do these two scars on either side, the brow of the cheeks. Really, really phenomenal work here, I think. The hair itself it feels like plastic to me. Yes, it is. It's plastics. There's some give to it. This is not polystone, but the hair is very, very well done. There's individual strands there. The style is perfect. They've captured that style. That slightly shorter style that she adopted after the first film. Yeah, really, really impressed with that head sculpt, and that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything we missed there. Let's just pull back and take Ripley in all her glory. Oh yes, there are a couple of things that we missed. The accessories. What you've got here. I don't know whether the camera can see this. It's the M95 marking flares. I'll try and get this camera to focus. And these flares actually come out. So, yeah, it's in a canvas Velcro sealed pouch. And you can simply just leave it lying around on the base, and it just gives it that just an extra little bit of depth. But also with this one, which is I think it's the bonus version or the deluxe version or whatever they wanted to call it, you get your alien egg, and very nice it is too. All polystone. Let me just see if I can't lift this up and bring it. It's very, very heavy. The sculpt here is pretty good. I'm not sure this egg is 100% screen accurate. It's good. Don't get me wrong. But this is going to sound really weird, but I think I've seen better alien eggs, but I'm not here for the egg, although very nice it is too. The face hugger coming out, the paint applications there are really nice. There's a wet look to the inside of that egg, which is screen accurate. The whole thing has a lot of weight and heft to it. I'll just see if we can't pick it up and bring it into camera. Yeah, very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Multiple paint applications on there, just very good. As I say, it's a grail piece for me, this, so I am going to... Forgive me if it turns into a gush fest, but I'd already done a lot of research on this particular piece, so it was never going to be in doubt that I was going to like it. It's just how much, and I have to say I'm not disappointed. So there you have it. That is the Prime 1 Studios and Blitzway Ellen Ripley from Aliens. What we're going to do next is we're going to get her into her final resting place, get some lights on her, get some music, and wrap this whole thing up with a showcase. I suppose all it remains for me to say is thank you for watching. If you haven't already, hit that bell notification button, subscribe button. We've got plenty more content coming up on the channel, loads of stuff off the top of my head. We've got the 6 scale world being hit again with Humongous from Mad Max 2. We've got Hot Toys Alan Dutch Schaefer, Mr. J, the Joker from the 89 Batman. I could go on, but I won't. So all it remains for me to say is thank you for watching. Look after yourselves and happy collecting.